It's a nice afternoon or morning, don't you think? The sun is speeding down.
That's right, it's burning my skull.
That's right. As you can see here, I've been woodworking.
To say I've been just woodworking would be an understatement. I've set up this shack for large and small projects alike. But this can all wait because I had to bring something up with Josh. Something serious.
I don't know if you heard it last night. There was a big bang.
My bones rattled.
Yeah, you rattled McBones yourself to wake. I thought we should check it out, but I think it's down the river. I did a little bit of scouting and there's a bit of a river, so, you know, we built the Jungle Explorer. I think it's time that we build another boat. A smaller boat that can be a little bit more nimble, because that one used to get caught up on the reeds and things a little bit.
Yeah, a lighter boat maybe.
That's
as
right.
Well.
Yeah, Josh and I were suddenly awoke at midnight by a loud rumble that shook the ground. The peaceful quiet of the night around the Spruce Hamlet was shattered by this unexpected noise, leaving us both confused and uneasy. I had to piece together Josh's bones as he had vibrated apart. It seemed like the earth was rumbling beneath us, and I wanted to check it out, so I wasted no time scrounging together whatever lumber we had left in order to make this boat. Similar to the Jungle Explorer, it would seat both of us, but unlike the Jungle Explorer, this boat will be able to fit into narrow passages. It's less wide and it's not as deep. I feel like there's some sort of innuendo here. Regardless, by the time the boat was done, the sun was high in the sky and I signaled to Josh to come over and check it out.
Hello there, swimmer boy. Michael Phelps doing some...
That was a long breath holding.
The boat being a smaller design made it quick and easy to build, so I required Josh's help in order to push the boat into the water. He pushed with all his might, and I was hoping his bones wouldn't fall apart again.
How you going back there? Oh! Oh! Okay, we're in.
Wow, that is buoyant.
Wow, it's almost like I designed it to be buoyant. It's almost like boats need to float. Anyway, I asked Josh how he liked the ride, sitting up the front.
It's leisurely. I feel like I'm out in the proverbial canals of Italy.
I had no idea what Josh had said. I had no idea who Italy was and why we were in her canals. I chose to smile and nod and pretend that I knew exactly what he was talking about. Now, to get this boat out of this little bay will prove to be quite tricky because this is the closest entrance to the ocean. And I'm realizing now that we should have built it on the other side of this little bridge. But it's fine. We overheard all these coms and we blow them up with TNT.
I guess we can't really turn it into some sort of bridge.
You know, we could either turn it into a bridge with days of effort and dig it out with sweat and blood, or we just light a fuse and blow it up.
That does sound like the easier option.
It does.
Well, let me spend just one night in here.
Okay, alright, look, I'll spend a night in here with you, but look, we can always turn this into a bridge after. We can bring it back to its former glory once it's... What? Oh, it's not... I'm not quite tired enough, I guess. Hey, do you have any sleeping pills?
It's fine, I can just wait. Hopefully I won't be waiting long because it sucks being in the trees. There's these... I kept getting bitten by something, I don't know what.
Oh, something bit me, Josh.
Oh, that was me.
Let me just... Look, the morning is when you should fish, right? Do you have a fishing rod, by chance?
No, actually.
Alright, well, would you like to watch?
That is quite a lot of slack on the line there.
Oh, not to worry. Whoa! Josh, a creature from the depths.
The depths! The depths of like a meter here.
Yeah. We'll cast one more.
Catch and release.
You know, fishing's good to clear the head, especially after a rough night's sleep. And it was good to spend a bit of one-on-one time with my best buddy Josh as we were just about to embark on a new journey. But of course, before we could leave, we needed to blow these trees sky high.
We're gonna need a bit of gunpowder, I think, right? Because I don't want to... I mean, unless you want to light the fuse and run.
I'm not live. Do you have a bit of flint?
I think I've got a flint and steel up in my bedside table. Not exactly
grab that.
Yeah. And I've also got... grab everything off my shelf, please, if you could.
Okay.
So I sent Josh to go and get my things because I told him that I was gonna get everything ready. I was doing a lot of important things. I was preparing.
Hello.
Hello. I'm in this...
Well, I was hungry and I only caught one fish. So I ended up giving the fish to Josh. And it was now time to start carefully laying down the TNT in amongst the trees. The theory was that the TNT would blow up the trees, catching the leaves on fire and then leaving a crater for the water to fill in. But of course, the only way to test a theory is to put it into practice. So I laid down the gunpowder to a safety spot behind this rock, which would protect us from any flying debris. And now with everything laid out, it was time to light the fuse. Of course, being careful not to light myself on fire.
Alright.
Set her off!
Whoa!
Oh, there she goes! Wait, we've got a fire under control.
Oh, careful! Oi!
Whoa! Oh, I've got to pat this fire out. Lit the grass on fire, a bit dry.
Our plan seemed to work. The TNT ignited and blew up the tree trunks as well as leaving a crater in the ground for the water to fill. We stood back and watched as the leaves burned out and left us with nothing but a clean river straight to the ocean. With the waterway clear, it's time to embark on our journey.
So, Josh. Oh,
Oh, wonderful.
You know what-
What a great day to go out on the water.
Of course, the day we set aside to leave, it starts raining. Why does this happen to us every time? It's fine. We can turn this situation into a good one.
if there's any time to practice meditation, Josh, I think now is it.
Meditation? What's that?
It's where you take a minute to reflect. You connect with your inner self. You sit.
My skin is actually... Well, I don't have skin, but my bones are pretty matte. They're not shiny at all.
Not that reflect, you imbecile. Reflect as in, look back on. You know, think about yourself and what you think about.
Wow, I meditate a lot it seems, and I think you should too. Welcome to my YouTube channel, a sanctuary for the mind, body and soul. I think. Our community is growing, and I invite you to join us by hitting that magical subscribe button. Oh, I love meditating. Thank you. Good morning. It was a nice night. We spent it inside, getting away from the rain. We awoke to the sound of the undead crawling back to the shadows. A surefire sign that day is here. And with the day brought a new adventure. Josh and I spent the morning preparing, getting the boat ready for its maiden voyage and packing things we might need. We didn't know how long we would be on this adventure, so we didn't pack light. Granted, we couldn't pack heavy either because the boat had a very limited storage capacity. But before we knew it, we were on board, sailing through the tunnel out into the open ocean.
What's it called when fresh water meets salt water? Degradation.
That is certainly not correct, but I didn't care. I was just excited to meet Italy and see her canal. Sorry. It was a little daunting taking this tiny boat out into the open ocean, but luckily we only had to hug the coast. It was certainly amazing though to see the Spruce Hamlet from this point of view. The place is really coming together, and I have no doubt that it'll be expanding very quickly, very fast. If we don't sink and drown right here, that is. After that, I swiftly avoided this kelp. It seemed to be sucking the boat into the ocean. But with not much else to do, Josh asked me how my lunch was. How nice.
What did you have on your sandwich earlier?
Ham and cheese, Josh. A typical sandwich for me.
Just a nice cool ham and cheese?
Yeah. What about you? What have you got there?
Just a bowl of iceberg lettuce.
Very interesting choice for lunch, but who am I to judge? But after a short journey south along the coast, we found the river heading inland. And right away I spotted something that we needed, some more local vegetables. I stopped and picked up some wild onions. We stopped for the night in this little lush cave. We nestled the boat in and laid down our sleeping bags, ready for a sleep. I think the onions were a little too far gone though. After a relatively smelly night's sleep, we were on the river yet again, heading inland, looking for any clues or information of what this rumble in the earth was. And wow, look at that, just look at that waterfall. We didn't exactly know what we were looking for, but we were having that much of a good time rowing down the river that it didn't bother us. How's the serenity?
I think the river's coming to an end, Josh. It seems to be narrowing just up here. Okay, if you look behind you...
We got is that some sort of
building.
another town?
Some hay, Josh? Look, they've even got there's a banner up there. A flag.
Yeah, let me get the old spyglass out.
Alright, I'll bring her up to a stop here.
They have some sort of strange... I don't know what you would call that.
Let me take a look.
Seems to be rotating.
Oh, it's sort of, it almost reminds me of our elevator, Josh.
We approached this place with caution. Well, not really. We sort of just docked the boat and hopped on. But I forgot to mention something. You would have seen this little pup earlier in the video and wondered who he was. Or she, or they. Anyway, a pack of wolves wandered up to us one night and were smelling Josh, I think. They wanted his bones, but this one stuck by my side. If you have a name for him, put it down in the comments below and we'll choose one of them. Anyway, we continued up this rickety platform thing.
Ring for service.
Okay, good, you can read. I was worried there.
Do you want to give it a ring, Josh? It sort of matches your head tone.
Alright, let me give it a ring with...
Josh gave the bell a mighty whack and we could hear commotion coming from atop the cliff. And I think they were arguing.
It's fine, cousin. I'll check it out. Stay there.
Much to our surprise, a man came running to our assistance, almost falling off the cliff.
Hey guys, how can we help you?
Look, we were just coming through. We were investigating a noise we heard last night and...
Say no more.
Oh.
The odd-sounding man lowered this cage. It was a lift, I think, bringing us up to his house, I presume. Naturally, Josh and I were a little taken back, but maybe this man has some answers.
As the sun sets, it might be nice to... Oh,
There we...
Well, they're not as proficient as us.
The sun was setting and it was getting a little bit eerie outside. We were going into this stranger's house and we were completely at his control. He could chop the rope at any moment. We thought we better be on our best behavior. After all, Josh has his tools, his crossbow and his sword all strapped to his body, and we didn't want to come across hostile.
Hey,
This woman outside feeding the birds stumbled over her words. Well, not her, just 2 words, really. She stumbled between husband and cousin. I don't want to think about it. Anyway, she told us to go through and check the farm out the side of the house, and that's where we'll find her husband, Harmond.
hey, Harmond.
Friend.
We explained what we're doing out this far from home and what we heard, and this is how he replied.
Yes, hello, little freaks. That seemed to be an earthquake that caused a sinkhole in my far paddock. Can you help me with something? Perhaps you and Josh could go down
I'm
and...
sorry?
First of all, Josh, how did... He knew your name.
No, first of all, listen, buddy. You say hello in it.
Anyway, as I was saying...
Harmond then proceeded to tell us that his grandmother's ashes were down at the bottom of that cave, and I asked him why, and he said that he was carting them back from the crematorium or something like that, and the earthquake struck and he had to drop the box and run. They're at the bottom of a big cave, along with a paddock of cows. He saw an opportunity and took it. He's asking us for help. In return, he said that we can keep 1 or 2 of his finest cows.
Good morning.
Still in one piece. I don't feel any gaps in my ribcage.
And I don't feel any... Well, my butthole doesn't feel any less...
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stop that there before I say anything I will regret in the future. But we awoke the next morning after a cozy sleep in the house, ready to take a closer look at this cave, see what he was talking about, this sinkhole. And, well, he wasn't lying.
What is this?
Well, he
Come
wasn't...
on.
He wasn't,
Is that a cow down there?
Okay, I guess the cows maybe fell through as well. Maybe he was herding them back.
Oh, maybe this was their, like... Hang on, there was a pen here as well, it looks like.
Oh, I see. And then, oh, the poor cows.
Harmond saw us checking out the hole and brought us back to the house. He had something to show us. He was telling us that he had no way of getting down there, so he'd started prototyping this idea that he'd seen in his dreams. A parachute, he called it.
Oh, wow, we've got some reinforced paper, some string, feathers, and some sticks.
What are we gonna do with that?
You will strap them together onto your back and jump off the perch at the front of the house. It will be amazing.
Are you mad? You want to strap some paper together with some strings and sticks and float down to...
I don't have much time. My wife and kids will leave me. Do this or I will eat you both. I have done it before.
Sorry.
Okay, sure, we'll,
Okay.
look, we'll give it a crack.
Beef and leather would be an amazing resource to have at the Spruce Hamlet, so we decided to give this a crack. After all, what do we have to lose other than quite literally everything? It is a big drop though.
Haha. Haha.
He wants us to...
That's a long drop. If I fall apart, you can sort of put back together again.
Alright, well, I'll watch.
Alright. Yeah, well, get out of the way.
Okay. Are you sure? Are you know what you're doing? Are you sure?
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
Josh! Josh! Josh, can you hear me? What? Okay, I'll come down. Josh, that was a long fall, buddy.
Josh was at the bottom, laying face down on the hay bales. They didn't really seem to cushion much of any fall. I helped him back to his feet and we hopped back in the lift, ready to go up and figure out what went wrong with Josh's attempt.
Does it hurt?
Does it... Do you want to try jumping off a cliff and hitting the bottom and telling me if it hurt?
It was getting late and Harmon invited us in for dinner. We asked him what went wrong and, well, simply we didn't pull the string. If we pull the string, it deploys the parachute. The string was on the right-hand side. I'll remember that for tomorrow. Dawn broke and before I could wake up and listen to myself think, I decided to jump.
Okay, string on the right side. Or was it the left? Or was it... Hang on, string on the left or the right?
I'll find the string now, why don't you?
String on the left! It wasn't on the left! Ow!
Well, the string wasn't on the left-hand side. I guess maybe I should have thought about something before I woke up and just threw myself off this cliff. Anyway, I'm okay. I'm a little bit bruised, but I figured I could catch Josh if anything went wrong. But nothing will go wrong, right?
Alright, are you ready for me?
Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, here I come.
Alright, I got you, Josh.
Oh!
Yes! No way!
It worked. Josh is floating. This parachute, leather, feathers, string, whatever. It's all strapped together and it works. It just worked.
What happened?
Oh, I thought I was close.
With what I had just witnessed, I wanted to try and see if it would work for me as well. I know that I weigh a little bit more than Josh, considering I am a sack full of meat, blood, and water, but I had no doubt in Harmon's skill. But I wouldn't be lying if I wasn't lying.
Ready.
Okay. Okay. Oh! Oh!
Well, I guess we know how we're going to go down and get Harmon's grandmother's ashes. We're going to parachute in. It's going to be like an action movie.
Let's get to it. Which way? Yes, we can go this way.
I guess, yeah, we can go around. Alright, well,
Tragedy had struck. Josh had slipped. Luckily, though, his parachute deployed. I fell down and deployed my parachute as well. Now we were in this cave together. Quite a large cave, too. It was ginormous. But at the bottom, there was danger waiting for us.
No.
is there any water nearby? Ow!
It wasn't exactly the warm welcome that we were expecting, but I guess we weren't What is... Oh, it's the cows, of course. Anyway, I think I'll always stand by the saying that a welcome is better than no welcome, maybe. Actually, no, I take that back. I can think of a few reasons where that wouldn't be good. Regardless, Josh and I jumped across to this little outpost, a little safety sanctuary. Harmon said that his firstborn son tried to come down and rescue their grandmother's ashes, but he was nowhere to be seen, and there was a foul smell nearby.
I see a box.
Oh! Granny Smith! And that's all the gravel that fell from directly above. I'm guessing that has her ashes inside. Oh, yep, it sure does.
She wasn't fully,
I don't think they...
Alright, well, let me...
Yeah, you take that. Now we need to find a way out of here.
Yeah, that was complete chunks of a person. Getting down here was one thing, but getting out would be another challenge entirely. It was getting late in the day and the sun was starting to set. This meant that Josh and I couldn't see any exits to the cave. There was no more sunlight beaming in. We thought we were lost down here, but Josh had a plan. First, though, we decided to take a look around to make sure that there wasn't any easy way out. Maybe Harmon, I don't know, maybe set up a ladder or something. You know, maybe he was at least trying to get this done.
Okay, it almost looked like there was a way to swing over there, so...
Well, here, I'll start hauling Granny.
Yeah, you think you can take it up those vines?
Yeah, I think so. I'll give it my best shot.
There is a way to swing across.
With no easy exit around, Josh had a way out, but it was going to be a little bit dangerous.
So you see how there's the exit just there? So maybe we can swing onto the vines on that pillar and then climb up, go onto that side bit and swing across again.
Okay.
You sound very confident.
Well, I think it's our only option, to be honest.
So that was the plan. Josh was going to swing me across onto these vines and we'd be able to hop, skip and a jump to the exit. Well, so we thought. Josh was making sure the grapple had a good lock on the rocks up above so that we wouldn't fall.
You gotta climb up the vines to there's a bit of stone on the side, okay?
Okay. Okay, I've got Granny.
With Granny in my hands and my cheeks in Josh's, we edged our way closer to the rock face. Then Josh took it. The leap of faith.
I'm in! I'm off! Josh.
Alright, now, you gotta climb around the bends there.
Around the...
You gotta climb around the bend. That was the realest scream I've ever heard.
Alright, take two. Good thing I had that parachute, otherwise Granny and I would have been one. And I don't want to be messed with any of that family. It all seems very weird. Josh was going to try and deposit me on the outside face now so that I wouldn't have to cross that corner, because that was scary.
Oh! Okay.
Oh, ow. Oh, you made it.
I made it.
It's my turn, here I come.
Oh, Josh. I'm freaking out, man. Climb on up. It's
the room.
Barely.
How do I... Oh my god. Okay.
Now, stranded on this pillar of rock, we could see the exit. It was a swift swing away. Josh threw the grapple and got a firm hold. It was time for one more swing.
Oh! Alright, just here.
Okay. Okay.
We were safe. All we had to do was exit this cave without being killed by the multitude of monsters lurking inside. I held Granny's ashes tight in my clutches and sprinted past them right towards the starry moonlight. Wow, we really just made a movie scene here. Anyone would think that this is for entertainment purposes. I don't know. It's very weird. Out in the open air, Josh and I were now free. And would you look at that? We were actually close to the hay bale. Maybe we could have entered this way and not have to worry about going through all of the hassle with Harmon's parachute. But here we are. Exhausted after carrying half-decayed Granny all this way, we deposited her straight in the house. It was the dead of night, but we didn't bother waiting. And I was not gonna dare wake anyone up in this family. I don't know what they're doing up there. So we dumped the ashes on the ground and headed out into the paddock. We were far too exhausted to leave now, so we looked for somewhere safe and cozy to lay down the sleeping bags for a restful night's sleep. Naturally, I made the mistake of sleeping in the cow pen. I thought it would be nice and warm and fuzzy, but it just stank.
Josh, where are you? Josh.
Oh,
Oh, there you are. Quick.
oh, they're getting away.
They're getting away. They're gonna
Okay,
fall
let's
down. Let's take one each, okay? You gotta pick the best one.
These are the good ones. These are the ones that don't try and escape.
That's right. Alright, you take that guy. I'm gonna... Oh, boy, they're heavy.
Oh.
Okay, do you reckon the parachute will hold us and the cows?
We were both awoken early in the morning to the cows free roaming everywhere. I must have forgotten to lock the gate when I went in there to sleep, and they were getting away. Josh and I grabbed the 2 best behaved ones and took off before Harmon and his family could see what we'd done. But it was time to see if cows could fly. We had no time to lose. Everyone was waking up.
Oh! Yes!
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna get right onto the boat. Where we're dropping, boys.
I'm holding it in my mouth.
Well, I bet you didn't think that you would see this when you clicked on this video. 2 boys parachuting down to their little canoe with cows in hand. Wow. You really never know what you're going to get.
We gotta go.
With the cows safely stowed away on the canoe, I grabbed the dog and we headed off before we could be caught by anyone back at that weird house. Harmon and his friends were nice and comforting, but they had some weird secrets and dark doings that I didn't want to know anything about. We did what he asked. We reclaimed their family's grandmother's ashes from the caves down below, and we took our fair share of the prize. 2 beautiful cows will be ready to live out their days on the beautiful Spruce Hamlet.